Hey everybody, it's Hasina. Long time no see. Happy autumn. It's official now because after some time of 80 plus degrees, it's now like a cool 50 something, 50, 60 something. Can't complain. It's been a while. Uh, I just couldn't get my groove into it to post a video, unfortunately. And while I have like a list of topics I want to discuss eventually, um, it just felt best to just start. So I haven't chosen anything in particular to talk about. Um, my babies are nearby, and sometimes when they don't see me, they scream bloody murder. So hopefully they'll stay quiet. I'm not sure. Um, I'm just wishing you all well. It's been an odd and tough time online and weather and everything else. So it has not been easy on the psyche. So I'm sure you guys are maybe feeling it as well. For me, you spend your time, I spend my time like trying to clear things and unlearn and relearn and um, find new ways to be my most authentic self, my happiest self, my most aligned self. And with that, you learn that there's more space to clear, more, you know, um, as someone I know has said, is that there's just a deeper level to get to. Um, so I think that's what I've been dealing with lately. I know at times I've felt much more angrier than usual, Um, Granted, I mean, the current climate, it seems understandable, but it felt like something else. It felt, how when you read, like if you read Old Magazine and she talks about like her aha moments, and I was having aha moments about things I hadn't realized, and the aha wasn't good. It was like, oh shit, that that fucking sucks. Um, and just trying to find a way to like deal with that, because for me it was something in the past. It was something that I realized I wasn't aware of, and I felt angry, I felt hurt, I felt confused and surprised by the feeling, surprised that something old could open up such angry feelings that felt present, felt almost new. So, trying to just like go through that and feel that. I felt like putting a video together just to have that place to verbally express that. Maybe somebody else is feeling it as well. And that it's okay, and that sometimes it's happening so you can get through the thing. Um, I remember when I really when I wasn't feeling as well as I wanted to, and I would read all these quotes, is that the way to the other end is through it. And I was kind of like, fuck you, I don't want to hear that, because what I was going through on this on the surface felt so horrible. I was just like, I don't want to go through that. Um, and honestly, I don't think you always can. I think you have to do what you can to be okay in the moment so that when you're healed enough, you can go through the thing. I know at that time when I was saying that like this is bullshit, I couldn't have went through it. But now I understand that it's necessary. You can't push yourself through it, but you can go through it. Um, and see that there's more to unpack. Like a funny thing that happened. I was discussing it with my husband. So I run. Um, I used to run a lot more, but after I wasn't well, I had to chill a bit. And so now I'm sort of training for something. When it's official, I'll say it. Um, and I remember when I used to run, if, let's say, I ran 6 miles last week, I wasn't concerned about the 7 miles the next week, you know. If that was like my long training run, I wasn't concerned because it's like if I do 6, of course I could do 7. If I do 10, of course I could do 11. And for the first time in my life, I was doing 5 miles, I do 6 miles, do 7 miles, do 8 miles. And I just never got the feeling that the next mile would be okay. And I remember even, when I was doing training runs with acquaintances, they weren't my friends, but, they would say, like, I'm not talking about my girls, y'all know I'm not talking about it. But they would say, oh my God, I'm so nervous. How am I going to make the mileage? How am I going to do it? And I just be like, son, just do it. Like, what is the problem? Like, how could you give so much thought to something you haven't done? And like now, that sounded like completely cocky outside of like the situation, because I felt like we were all getting the same, we were all getting training, blah, blah, blah. But now, like, I'm like seeing a doubt that I was never aware of before. And I know there's a few reasons as to why that's the case. A lot of me not feeling well had to do with my body and feeling like I have control over it. And so I'm just starting to feel okay with that. So there's still that like quiet doubt there. So like I'm experiencing that it doesn't matter how much mileage I do, I'm never, I don't want to say never, but for now, I'm not feeling a security in that. And so that's a feeling I haven't experienced before. And it's just odd to like have that to face, for the first time in my life. And it's tough, it's not really specific to, I hope that it's clear, it's not specific to the running, but the idea that there's this lack of security in myself and belief in myself. Because I've had to make a lot of adjustments to function at my best right now. And to see that maybe the way I was functioning in the past, although, you feel proud, you're setting goals and you're beating them, but it wasn't optimal for my wellness. So, it's kind of like feeling stuck in limbo because you're better, but you're not better enough. And you're not necessarily sick, but you're not, it's a different kind of normal. So I've been sitting with that and just trying to make some peace with that, make some peace with my pace, because it's so different. And I'm not okay with it. I'm better. But I don't know what my normal is gonna be. And what my normal is right now is hard to accept, even though like it's continually progressing. And it's weird. You're in this limbo of like super grateful and also just like fucking get it together. So, I have no solutions. I think I share this because I think of maybe people who are kind of like me, the people who are kind of like in a limbo, you know. Maybe you're not sick, but you were maybe, and so now your wellness doesn't look like your old wellness. Or, you know, maybe you're not even, because that's the thing too, like even saying sick, if I wrote it down, it wouldn't necessarily look the way not feeling well looks for someone else. And so like always everything is like a layer, like legitimizing who you are, legitimizing your feelings, legitimizing your wellness, legitimizing your illness, legitimizing everything, or proving. And that shit is so suffocating. And I think that sometimes, you know, even the anger that I was feeling is because not so much that I'm actually angry, but the release of constantly suppressing things, release of constantly burying things that you felt you couldn't question, things that you tried to ignore, things that you let slide, you know. So I know it's coming up. I know it's a clearing. I feel like it's all collectively clearing. I feel like some of the garbage shit that we see happening is because we're clearing. I'm hoping that's the case. Because we need to clear it up so we can really heal. I've said that before. So this was just a flow of thought. I hope that maybe it made you ponder some things. I hope that maybe it was something you were feeling and you don't feel alone. And I'd just love to know your thoughts. What are you going through? What is unleashing in you that needs to find its way out so you can have some space? I'd like to know, you know, maybe we help for each other. So that's all for now, and I will try to be more diligent in posting. And I will talk to you all soon. Have a great week. Stay blessed. One love.